anytime soon. If I was gonna do it, you know.
Yeah. So I mean,
For sure.
that's basically what I'd be charging. So if
Okay.
we makes it simple, easy. You can walk away with the. Are we ripping? Did
Yeah.
we already do the
Yeah, yeah,
theme and everything? All right,
yeah.
shit.
Well, you guys just instantly came in and talked, so I just figured just put it
Heard
on.
up, heard up.
All right, we're live.
Yeah, we are today. I am joined. Welcome everybody. Today I'm joined by my fellow Syracuse musician, Chris Mack. Yeah, these things will tip over if you don't get it fucking
That's cool.
right down there.
Good looks. My man, what's good?
What's up?
It's a pleasure to have this moment in time with you, bro.
It is, man. It's like, correct me if I'm wrong. This is actually like our first time actually meeting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we met a couple times on some herbal refreshments here or there, maybe.
Really?
But,
I mean,
yeah.
I know we've always, honestly, we've been, reaching out to each other for some years now. It feels like.
Yes, yes. I've been admiring your career from afar.
Vice versa.
For sure, brother. I just want to have that ready. My bad.
Okay. So let's talk. What's going on in the world of Chris Mack?
So, bro, basically, I've been the past few years kind of like on the side, working on a side project, and basically what had happened was that, which I'm sure you can relate to a lot of this because we're in similar positions in our career and we have the same understanding of what we're trying to do to break into the next level of our career, you know? So I think a lot of this will apply. But so I was at a point where I was looking for another way to bring an income in that could pay for what it takes to continue on as an artist, you know? And so I'm sure just like you, just like me, we both have day jobs and we use those day jobs in order to fund our career, but also our expenses, our living, everything else, you know, like that. And that's like taxing on the artist, you know.
It can kill the soul. It really can.
100%.
I mean, I struggle with it all the time. Luckily, I got these two that really help me out with everything and shit to where it makes it a little easier. But I know what you're saying.
You got to have the help, definitely. And you can see how that builds your brand as well, you know, for sure.
1,000,000%. But so I mean, what have you been doing, like the stock game?
So basically, what happened was I knew that there was no way that I could because time is against us. We're getting older, so there's got to be another way in, right? And so I started looking for other ways to generate an income in order to be able to not have to always work this job and be able to get out of it and be able to just be an artist and create content.
The goal is to make money while you sleep.
Sure, exactly. And this is literally what that is, exactly to the T. So what happens is me and one of my partners, we start throwing money at different things, looking into different markets. We get involved with some multi-level marketing stuff, which left a not good taste in our mouth, but we learned the basics of the industry, basically. And the industry I'm talking about is foreign exchange. So that's the foreign exchange market, which is the fiat currency market.
So you're basically buying other currencies right?
Yeah, so you basically what it is in a sense is that you're trading one currency as a current value paired against another currency. So at a different time. So at a certain time it'll be worth a certain value. At another time it'll be worth another value. And when you have your position staked is where you make the money.
Have you ever seen Hit and Run by any chance?
I don't know.
It's a movie directed by I'm not going to get in too deep, but there's a thing where he's trading stolen money for a dinar that he's going to trade for something else at a currency exchange.
Right.
It just made me think of that. Sorry, but continue.
No, there's a play with the money.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I mean, this is similar in a sense, except you're using your own money. You have your own account. You have your own deposit. So I figured this information out. We lost money for the first couple of years before we figured out how to be profitable. It was very long and grueling. And then we started to figure out how to be consistently profitable a couple of years ago. So from there, we decided on how we were going to go about it. At first, I packaged it all, and I was selling the product as information. I sold it to a few people, but what I had learned is that people don't really want to do all the work. So from there, we created a platform in which anyone could just sign up and they could make their own deposit. And then basically all it is they link their account to our master account. And so we know how to generate the money. So we generate the money for the people on their deposits. So we're not actually touching your money. Like specifically if we're doing it, for example, I'm not ever touching your money. You have your own money in your own account and you just link yours to mine. So whatever mine does, yours does. And that's how you generate your income.
Which does make sense because, all right, I got a bunch of buddies who do a lot of sports betting, and they'll do prop bets and other crazy shit where I'm like, dude, I honestly don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like I always be like, yo, let me give you like $100 to go, just whatever bet you're gonna go make. You know what you're talking about. You know sports
Right.
way better than I do. So I feel like that's kind of like
If they're consistently profitable, then it's a similar idea. For sure.
They you obviously know the avenue, and it's funny that I've always seen your pictures posted, and me I'm like always just doing some stock bullshit or whatever. I dive into the world of crypto and all that a little bit, but it is a little outside of my realm of knowledge. So it's it
Sure.
probably is good for people like me who just fucking.
Well, I mean, this is important for artists because I made this specifically for artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's available to everybody because I want to help everybody. But however, like me being an artist, because if you look at how you can break yourself into an industry, you need a good amount of money. So,
It's like 200 grand to get a song on the radio.
so if we look at 200 grand, that number, from that to be said, you'd have to take 3 to 5 years of solid investment to create the type of money where you could earn 200 grand and then spend that and still have money left over to live your life and not work a day job and make that type of investment to get that dividend on. And that's the whole idea behind this. So basically, it's like $1,000 can turn to $1 million in 7 to 8 years, hypothetically, based on the projections that we already had. Now, like, does everyone have 7 or 8 years? No, but some people do, and that's at a minimum deposit of $1,000. So if you start chunking
My
away,
problem with that
something-
is everybody does have 7 years, dude. Like, and if like, you know what I'm saying? If like as somebody who like I watch a lot of friends blow a lot of money on stupid shit.
yeah,
I mean, you could find a way to invest $1,000 in a year. And if you're not doing that, people like you need to. That's why you're broke. I'm sorry.
See, bro, I feel like you're someone that I've always believed in because of the amount of money that I've seen you invest in moving your career along, you know? And so something like this, there's certain people that are gonna make it. There's certain people that you're just gonna end up seeing them make it. And it's like, it's because they're willing to do things like you do or things like I do in order to keep pushing forward, as far as a point where a lot of people's careers fail on a local level because they keep chasing a local ideology, you know what I'm saying? And they don't know how to move it out of that situation, but it's also because of money. Because in that you can't fault anybody. You know,
I've been blessed to find certain financial avenues that have helped me
Mhm.
really make my career what it is, and
Sure.
I know that's what holds a lot of people back is that you're not going to become a rapper working a 9 to 5.
No
You're
chance.
not going to become
No chance.
honestly, unless your dream's to work a 9 to 5 job. You're never going to get your dream working at 9 to 5, and I know, and
That's
it
it.
sucks because I struggle with a 9 to 5, and it's, I've actually been able to leverage my dream chasing to get me raises at my current position because after COVID, I went back to work, and I'm like, look, I'm only coming back part time.
Mm-hmm.
I started my LLC, I started my business. I can't grow my business working for you.
Sure.
Like I respect you, and my boss, shout out D&D Painting because they've always accommodated me, let me take weeks and time off to do shows and tour and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But and he kept throwing $2-3 raises at me an hour. So I'm like, man, I went back full time, and now I'm actually about to dial it back so I can
Yeah.
start. But
I mean, it's never easy, bro. It's like let's look at the ways you can blow up as an artist coming out of Syracuse, New York. You make a connection. At the artist that already did blow, you make a connection. You make it off of growth off of the videos, which is a long run. That could be 500 videos before you hit one, or the way that I'm going to break into is with money because it's the simplest way.
it
know what
is
I'm
the
saying?
easiest way.
It really is. But getting money is a complicated thing in itself. So if you don't have another way to make it, this is kind of like an easy out because this wouldn't be available to anybody unless someone who wanted to be a rapper really bad created it. You get what I'm saying?
You,
Like,
you had to add a passion to actually put in the hours and the research that it seems like you have. And
sure.
I'm glad you found a way. I remember us talking, trying to figure out the right playlist placements and shit that would actually turn around and be profitable instead of us just dumping money into bullshit. Because
Sure.
a lot of people don't realize that all these mainstream artists, they do get millions of views, but a lot of it is generated through,
Investment.
the labels have the same bot machines that all
Sure.
these other fucking
Sure.
and this is my perspective on it. This is what I assume. The labels have all these same.
I think that a lot of rappers confuse bot streams with the fact that the major pages are controlled, and they're not controlled, but they're connected with the major influencers. So if an artist is putting up 100,000 on a record, that includes a part of the budget where certain amount of influencers are going to get that out there, whether it be dancing or however, it's going to get seen based within that. So that's not, some artists confuse that with buying views or paying for things like that. And they need to understand that this is how you get to the level of that artist you're watching.
Believe me, a lot of people don't. It's funny they say it because a lot of people don't realize like it cost me $15,000 to go on tour.
Sure.
A 5-day tour
What
cost
did,
me.
what did you recoup?
We made $2,000 back in merch sales, maybe.
So you're negative.
Not profit.
So you're
It's
negative
negative 13.
Yeah. Well. I mean, but you got seen and you made a major accomplishment. In your
And it was
career.
the time of my fucking life.
Of
Like,
course.
most people
people go to college for no reason for $50,000 debt. You know,
and then they fucking drop out, not realizing like shit. Now I'm $10,000 in debt. To where it was. But a lot of people don't realize you gotta pay to do these steps. A lot of people like expect somebody to just give them a handout.
Sure.
And that's not this industry. Like nobody in this like there's so much talent. One of my favorite sayings is hard work beats talent.
Yeah.
Like I know so many talented artists that
Sure.
just don't put they don't just do the things to grow.
Sure.
And stepping back and finding a way to financially be stable is the number one growth in this game.
In the industry, people will do anything if you pay them to do it. The industry is social media. That's what it is. So it's like people get it confused.
Have you heard of Pear Pop?
No.
Pear Pop is a place to go. It's like they're linked with a lot of TikTok influencers now.
Sure.
And you can hire them directly. Like you can hire Jake Paul right on there. I mean,
Wow.
he's $10,000 for an Instagram.
Yeah.
but
Sure.
$10,000, he'll post a video of your song, and a lot of people don't realize like that's not only gonna generate attention to your brand,
Mm-hmm.
the streams behind just TikToks alone will fucking
Cover
somewhat compensate
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the stream, the playlist thing. This is another thing. This is like independent artist game, because we were looking at things along the lines of it was $2,000 and they playlisted you until you got 1 million streams. Off those 1 million streams, you get paid $4,000. So we're recouping a $2,000 dividend, 100% profit off of off of those streams, So it's like, where are you going to get that $2,000 from? And then once you have that $2,000, are you going to reinvest it? Are you going to spend it? Because the only way you're going to build is by taking that $4,000 and then putting it into the next song. And then even with this, it's like you're going to look for that income from multiple songs. So a place you can get it from is an outside investment if you have it coming in that way. There's many different ways you can get the money, but
When I started, and I encourage everybody to, put your all in. Because that's how I started. Like with my first music video, I had about $500 to my name. That's how much money I put into my fucking music video.
Mhm.
I don't recommend leaving yourself flat broke. Definitely don't do that. But definitely, put
Mhm.
everything you got into everything, and that's
Yeah.
the only way to truly grow.
I really did the same thing with the investment. It was the same idea because I was so used to that from actually go for broke and spending all my money to have the ability to record videos, do whatever, and not have to pay for it. All that shit I spent and bought is like the same attitude I took into investment. So I started throwing money at everything until I found something that consistently worked. But it's the same principle because once you do, not only does it work for me, but it works for you, now it works for everybody because you only have to be right one time.
So is that where Go for Broke comes from?
It comes from the idea of just giving all of it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Okay.
letting all yourself go to the situation, like kind of like Nike, just do it.
Okay. I like that. I was gonna ask you about that. I was gonna dig into it a little deeper. About
I think it was
that.
inspired by Eminem subconsciously because I hear him say it in raps here and there. But these guys I used to live up on SU with,
He said Go for Broke.
like he'll slip it in a rhyme here or there. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Forever with Drake, Kanye was in there. But I had some friends up at SU and they made a logo for me and I forgot where exactly it caught on, but that's what we started with. And then when I rebranded after I made the news for the Syracuse song and stuff like that, that was when I really knew it could be marketable because it's like Go for Broke because it's also about money. The industry is about money and stuff like that. Cracked coin with the money coming out of it and things like that. So
Okay.
it was a good branding move for me. It worked out nice.
So I'm gonna just I'm gonna hit you with a couple cliche questions.
Sure.
Just like get to know a little more about Chris Mack, just because we never really had the time to ever sit down. So
Yeah.
let's talk about your first song. First song you ever recorded. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I did. I did a Millie remix that was in my high school. I went to Liverpool High School, and there was a cool teacher. His name was Sean Brown, and he would let us mess around in the back of his AV room. And so I did that verse. After that, I did a verse to kids, and I rapped my senior high school. All the last names of my friends in my senior class, I put it in the MT Kids, and I rhymed them all. And that was like the first one I ever did. People were like, "Oh, you're actually good at this." And then from there,
Okay.
You know, I seen then right after
Are
that
they out
Drake
there?
came out.
Can we find
Yeah,
them?
you can find them. They're
Okay.
somewhere. Like people all the time will hit me up and they'll like, remember
you the
this
link?
song, or they'll send me the song. Like I don't even have the music. You know,
That's
like
sick.
this was so far. I'm like, this is not that great, but hey, I
So
appreciate the
you
support.
put it all out there too?
I put it out there at my friends put it out there for me, you
Okay.
know. But then I did the hometown, which was like how I first got attention was because then I rapped all the places in Syracuse with hometown. I put that out and that got on Z89 and Hot 107.9 back when our source was doing his thing.
One of my favorite ones by you is the one with you at Green Lakes, that video.
Oh yeah,
That
Morning
one's-
Sunrise.
yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's a simple one, but I fuck with that one.
Yeah, I flipped a Dear Summer.
That's dope that you put it out there though, because like a lot of people I talk to are like, you know, their first song they like. A lot of artists don't put out a song till their 50th song. You know what
Very
I'm saying?
true. Yeah.
Because my
Yeah.
first song, I didn't put it out. I had another buddy upload it to his SoundCloud because he had a SoundCloud. I'm like, all right, fuck it, you put it out. And then
Mhm.
that way, if I got embarrassed, I'd be like, nah, I didn't even upload that shit. It wasn't even me. But
I feel like you, like me, were similar in the fact that there was a time where we were rapping when people didn't take you at all or me at all seriously, and then when you keep going with it long enough and people start to see your progression, they're
like,
forced
oh,
to
it's
accept you as
they
it, you
really
know?
are. That's the one thing I try to do is make it so like a lot of my idols like Kevin Smith. You know who that is?
No.
He's the director of Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh,
He
okay.
is Silent Bob.
Right. Okay.
And like, you know, people weren't putting him in movies, so he made his own fucking movie. Fucking Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. They offered him, I think, 3 times as much to have just to buy the rights to the story Rocky.
Right.
Sylvester Stallone's like, no, I want to play Rocky. They gave him like a third of the money to
Yeah.
let him play it, but he refused to not like. He's like, I'm fucking Rocky.
Bro, I do. Me and James Fazio do a lot of close business.
Okay, I
and
know Fazio.
You know Fazio, yeah. So
fucking, you know Santi? Yoshi?
Yeah, I know Yoshi too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a room in Lights on Fayette with all them. It didn't end up
Okay.
working out. However,
This was actually I was gonna have a room there as well.
it's a good spot. You know, it's just they had to work some things out with the county or whatever that was. But
All love for them. I
yeah.
really want to see the
And
growth in that.
James fucking excuse my language, but James knows what he's doing, and James is involved in this because James sees that because he deals with the industry and he knows that when we come in the next 5-10 years with a big bag, we can make whatever movie we want written by Vinnie Freeman or Chris Mack or whoever it may be, you know, because that's what money allows you to do.
See, I need to have a sit down with James one day too, because I've heard mixed reviews of him.
Mm-hmm.
More good than bad though. So
Everyone's got stuff to say about each other within the movie because it's just like the town. It's just small, but like, let's get done whatever we can get done with everybody dealing with each other. You know, like
and people don't realize like I feel like a lot of people are scared to like. You ever heard the phrase "too many chiefs, not enough Indians"? I feel like everybody wants to be a chief, and nobody's like willing to be even their own Indian.
sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's willing to really fucking. Everybody wants to be top dog, but nobody wants to put in the work to be the fucking top dog. Like, one thing I've learned is like, you got to have soldiers for this shit. Like,
Sure.
when he actually helped the entire tour, John's like officially like my tour manager now because he fucking just. It wouldn't have been possible without him. But like. The work this man put in comparison to like I watched another rapper that I brought with me on tour just is incomparable.
I mean, but that's why you have what you have because you have people around you. Like I got guys that build the booths. My boys Steve Pico, Tom Tartaro. They've built so much stuff for me. Like they never charged me once. Like would I be in the same position without them doing that stuff for me because that looks cool? No, I wouldn't. You know, it is what it is.
And that outside source helps you believe. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? It's very easy to be discouraged. Like nobody wants to listen to our shit. We ain't good, dude. It's also dude. We are in the worst fucking. And I don't like to. I have this saying: a bad painter blames the brush.
Mm-hmm.
But we are in one of the worst towns for music growth of existence, dude. I watched Riff sell out fucking a shitload of fucking venues on our first leg of the tour, and then come here to Syracuse. I think there was 26 ticket sales to the Westcott show here in Syracuse. When our smallest one in like North Carolina, South Carolina, and all them was 150. I think was our smallest show.
Wow.
And we got up to 600.
I mean, like
Even in Rochester, he did 150 ticket sales.
bro, people associate things with violence. There's small shows I've tried to do in the past few years. They get canceled due to things with violence, things like that. It's like people don't know how to act. But until they start letting us do things downtown with proper security, you got to understand where because I've been trying to do this, and it's like the owners know that they're going to lose money if they have to pay more for security. They pay more for security. That's profit out of their pocket, all just to do this. It's like not financially worth it to a certain degree, you know. So
100%. Have you looked into Alien Opera House?
no,
Dude, that's one of the new spots right now.
really.
They don't give a fuck. I mean,
Okay.
they give a fuck. I mean that with the most respect, but
Yeah.
they're like fight the power, dude. They've been doing a lot of the pop ups and shit.
Okay.
And like I've been talking to the owner of that place, and he is a little strict on who he'll let play, but he also likes the scene. So it's like, he's interesting. I'm doing a show with him in either April or May
That's dope.
with Styles P and shit like that.
Nice.
He's got some decent names coming. He likes a lot of old school hip hop, but he's fucking really cool. The only problem with that is parking, because I wanted to he's got an upstairs that holds 1,400
Oh, really?
and a downstairs that holds 400.
Might be a play.
Yeah, so that's somewhere I've been thinking, because I wanna get on the move of like bringing just a bigger act, let them headline.
Sure.
I rent out the venue
Mm-hmm.
and I do the ticket sales. And
Yeah.
that way it's if I'm gonna invest
It's
4 or 5
risky
grand,
in this climate, just like you said. Like, it is what it is.
I wouldn't even
I
want to
talked
do the
some
show
of the
here.
promoter guys, the guys that did Young Thug and J133. Shout out to him. Like, it's a difficult job to do that. Like, it really, because of the climate that it's in. But it's another thing. It's another reason why I urge people to find other streams of income, and that's why I'm glad I have this, because I never have to worry if I do or don't blow up from music or whatever happens with the situation, because I'll have money to do recording studios. I'll have money to get my product out there, because I'm coming from behind, coming back in. It's not the other way where I'm begging and pleading and at will to whatever comes to me because I don't have what I need. I have my resources already behind me, and then it takes some time, but when you have it, it is what it is.
I can
But
feel that.
It's Alliance Asset Technology. Right now it's been open for 4 months. We're up 58% in 4 months publicly. Like, this shit is historic. This is not normal stuff. Like, there's no financial place in anywhere in Syracuse or the United States will publicly offer these returns to a client. So it's like, I know it gets boring because when it gets to math, and I get that a lot from people, because that's a general consensus. But if you do that math, that type of money, 5 grand, 7-8 years, you're talking about being a multimillionaire. It's just because you don't see it happen every day doesn't mean that it's not happening right in front of you, because there are people getting rich off this every single day. They're just not out in the public.
My thing with that is I feel like even like the $1,000, $5,000, even $500 investments are kind of crazy. But I mean, I'm assuming people can even start with just $50, right?
The minimum deposit is 1,000. In the
Oh.
future, I will make a fund that's less, but right now, you got to understand, this $1,000, you're not giving it to me. You're not giving it to my company. You're putting that in your own name. That's only removable by you with a verifiable brokerage. So that's in your name, right? It's in Vinny's name. I can't touch it. No one can touch it. No one can withdraw it or add to it but you. From there, when you link to my account, the most that will be used of that $1,000 will be maybe 75 to 150, and that's what's going to generate you that profit every month. Those are open live trades, and that's how we accrue the money. So really, realistically, 800 of that money you have in there is not even being touched. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It seems unnecessary though.
It has to be there, because look at it like this. It's coal to a fire. You need a certain amount of coal in order to burn to keep yourself warm. Keep yourself warm is the money. So there's no way I can operate it without, because you need to have proper margin in your account in order to make that type of return. If you had 200
I'd
in
be
an
lying
account,
if I said it didn't sound sus.
oh, I mean, this is how a lot of people do it like this, because they feel that same way because it sounds too good to be true. So they'll put a minimum $1,000 deposit in, and then they'll wait 2 months and they'll see the return. They'll feel more comfortable. They'll put more money in.
You gotta understand though, the average person doesn't feel comfortable putting $1,000 towards anything.
I mean, see, the thing is, and this is why we have it at 1,000 for this one, because in the next 2-3 years, I will have $100 one open. The difference between those 2 or 3 years is the $1 million that I make in between them, that people got the leg up on that invested off of the rip.
I mean that's there's that growth with any investment though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If obviously you bought Bitcoin 2 years ago, you'd be fucking singing a completely different story. You'd be a lot more excited than if you bought Bitcoin today. But
When you look at Bitcoin a year from
but the
now,
thing-
it's down. Bitcoin is less. If you bought Bitcoin a year ago, it's worth less than what it is.
depending
here.
on what time.
Yeah, sure. Either
yeah.
way.
But you get 2 years ago, you you'd be good. And my point is,
Right.
I just feel like you should really work on that $100 increment
Yeah.
because it's percentage game at the end of the day.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? If you invest, all right, let's say from my perspective, all right, whatever currency you're buying, I buy $100 in that currency. You do your trade, bop, 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 bop. You bring back 50%. Now I've made $150. If I would have put that 1,000 in there, I would have made 1,500.
Proportionally, yeah, you would, but that's not how it operates because we're not buying one stock or one currency pair and then hoping the best for it. That's not how the technology operates. So what it's doing is it's taking swaps throughout the day, buying and selling on different markets, on multiple different markets. So look at it this way: if we did a $100 deposit and I told you make 10% a month, you're gonna make $10 on that $100. As the same, like you just said, as if you had $1,000 and you make $100 on it.
Yeah.
Correct. So the thing is, like, I'm not in a position where I feel the need to prove myself. See, I do have verifiable, provable data that I put out every day that people can see and the public can look at to know. So like this is you can go to the brokerage and look at this anytime. It shows right there. The monthly gain is at 13%. The total gain is at 58%.
So why are you
I
only
can't make
using a
this stuff up.
percentage of my investment?
Because
Why aren't you taking everybody's?
if I used all of it, then it would be. This is like trading. This is me teaching you about trading. If I used all of it, it would be proper risk management, and I could risk bankrupting your account. And that's not something that I would do. I wouldn't do it for me, so I wouldn't do it for you. So whatever mine's doing is you're doing because that's what I feel safe with. So it's kind of like we're all in the boat together. I would never do anything that wouldn't benefit you because it wouldn't benefit me either. The technology actually only does what my account does.
That $1,000 is just not. I feel like
It's
it
okay.
would sit in anybody's
not-
guts wrong.
Yeah, it's not for. I mean, there's already 20, 30 people in it.
Yeah.
It's just that like some people will be comfortable, some people won't. Some people do it during tax time. And like I said, in the future, I will have $100 one because I want to be able to get it to anyone who's got no money. But even like you said, $1,000 is like it's not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, how much money did I lose? How much money did I lose before I figured out how to make that kind of money?
That's the game, baby.
We're playing it.
That's the game.
You
But
know?
I feel like if you get that $100 increment, a lot of people will feel more comfortable because
Most
I don't
people-
give a shit if I lose $100. That's my point. I'm gonna be pissed I lose 1,000.
Right.
I've lost my wallet on my birthday
Have you
actually with
lost-
$1,100.
Have you ever lost 50,000?
No, because I would never. There's honestly very few things I would invest $50,000 into besides myself.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. How do you think I got in a position like this? How much money did I lose in order to figure out how to win?
And again, I mean, I wouldn't. There's no investment thing in the world
Mhm.
that I see more valuable than my actual self.
I don't disagree.
So I would
Yeah.
never personally invest 50 grand into anything besides like a project.
Right.
Art's the only thing that's
Right.
that valuable to me.
Yeah.
But and again, it brings it back to why I'm
Well,
fucking broke as
I
shit.
don't disagree with you. I don't disagree.
Because I
with
just
you, though,
spend all my money
because
on art.
Don't get me wrong, bro. I did it for art. I did it to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I looked at it like this: if I was wrong, I'd just keep working forever anyway. It's what I was already doing. You know. So.
One of the things, there's a Kanye West interview where he was talking. He's like, dude, rapping cost me $4 million a year. He's like, being a rapper is the fucking most expensive thing I do.
Yeah. It really is though.
I joke about it all the time that like if you're in it for the money, don't be a fucking rapper. Do not be
You
a
gotta
rapper
really,
if you're in
you
it for.
gotta really love it. You know?
Yeah. Most rappers I know are broke as fuck.
When I started learning about this other industry, it made me not as like like the childhood love you have of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I lost a little bit of it as I got into this, which is kind of upsetting. But like, I'm not gonna give up on my hip hop career because that's what I did it for. You know?
It's very weird the percentage of smoke and mirrors that's necessary to become legitimately successful.
Yeah.
Will Smith talks about it one time. He's like, dude, I spent 15 years of my life making you guys think I'm the biggest superstar in the world.
Sure.
He's like, I wasn't until you guys fucking.
That's how it works.
He's like, I didn't. He's like, that's all I did was spent 15 years. He's like, what am I gonna do? I want the world to think I'm the biggest superstar in the world. He's like, now, I'm the fucking.
He is.
One of the biggest, definitely top 5.
There was a day where you didn't know you're in a position now where like you wanted to be who you were someday. You get what I'm saying? Like
and I humble myself with that a lot of times because I may not be the most financially set person in the world, but I am so rich in soul, like, and that's
Bro, your image is worth value, and you'll monetize it.
and that I look at the artists like, I grew up on like hearing Gucci Mane. Like I had Gucci Mane at his worst. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
first coming out where Gucci Mane was making like Brick Squad with Waka Flocka.
Mm-hmm.
Like the quality of that music is fucking low.
Yeah.
Low quality, but
Sure.
like it always inspired me. Like I like even listening back now and hearing those songs, and then hearing the quality of their music that they make now, and like how even the growth behind them. I'm like, if Gucci Mane, bar for bar, Gucci's not fucking no lyricist, but he's fucking. I love Gucci, and
Yeah.
so artists like them would like push me, and I'm like, fuck.
I appreciate what I do appreciate about Syracuse and the hip hop scene is that even though I might never approach it the same as I used to, based on how you grow as a person, but like just being young and being able to link with different people from all sides of town and get involved with stuff, and it's just like an exciting life to live. It is what it is, especially growing up, a lot of cool people. But
Sorry, I was just pulling
No,
up
it's cool.
the feed. Sometimes motherfuckers. My boy Justin Valens has said, "Love you guys." You know Justin Valens?
if I saw him, maybe Justin.
Like Tommy D and all them, right?
Yeah.
G2 boys and all them. Justin Valenson, Chunkier Cat.
I think so.
You sang out with Vinny Milo.
If I saw him, I would know.
Are you from that? Like, how do you know all them?
I know everybody from this town, but Tommy D went to St. Rose and I went to St. Margaret's when I was like real young.
Okay.
And then we played basketball together.
Okay.
And shout out to Tommy D. Yeah, that's my
Tommy,
boy.
I love Tommy.
Me and Tommy hang out. Tommy don't drink, so I try to be on my best behavior with Tommy. He'll be a good influence on me.
We hung out at a bar once, which was weird. We hung out at fucking
Yeah.
Club Chubbs.
He comes out with me all the time too.
And it was just
yeah.
strange, like me. But he had me dying because it was so funny. I was like, we always had the best conversations off camera and shit, which is it's always the best conversations are before and after the podcast. Unfortunately.
Yes.
And like, I just remember him telling me stories when we were at the bar. I was like, "Fuck, man!" And I'm like, "These are the stories we needed for this show, dude."
You got to get Tommy on here next.
I've had him on.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
all right, yeah.
He was on before I even had the office. He came like to the crib.
Nice.
Like it was when he first came back in town. I was like, "Oh, Tommy, you got
Hell
fucking
yeah.
on." Have you ever seen my back tattoo? The fucking Michael Myers shit.
Nah.
So I got Chucky. I did a skit where I got Chucky the doll from Saw, Scream, and then Michael Myers. But Michael Myers is Austin Powers. And I did a skit where I had the 3 tattoos, and I went in the tattoo shop. I'm like, "Yo, I want to get Mike Myers tattooed."
Yeah.
And then I got. So it goes Chucky, the doll from Saw, Scream, and then Michael Myers.
Wow, that's good. That's
Tommy
good.
D came up with the idea to do that. He's like, when I was showing him my back piece, and he's like, "You should just
Yeah.
get fucking Mike Myers instead."
Genius.
And I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's do it."
I do like it though.
And that's like one of my most popular video, to be honest. I wish I dropped that video before I ever dropped a song,
Oh yeah.
because people realized it was like a fucking gimmick.
Mm.
I basically I did it, and I tried to get actually Steve-O to come on the podcast, but I did it in like I think an inspiration to Steve-O that I
Sure.
didn't even realize I was doing because of his like.
That's
big,
what it
giant,
reminded
goofy
me of.
back
Yeah,
tat.
yeah.
And I didn't even realize it until like I went and saw Steve-O live a few months ago, and I was like, "Damn, dude, this dude is like a real fucking shape on who I am as like a fucking
Yeah.
person." It's crazy to think like my influences. Like,
Dude, sober now too.
yeah, I know. Fucking shout out to him. And
Yeah.
I don't like to say I struggled with nitrous as bad as he did, but I like a fucking whip it. So I understand.
We
the
all do,
struggle.
my friend. Yeah,
I-
yeah. We all been there.
So who are some of another cliche question? Who are some of your big inspirations?
As a musician,
Yeah.
When I was young, probably like Jay-Z. I loved when Nelly came out. Like the real original Country Grammar.
Yeah.
I love that. Ja Rule. I love the melodies. Like I'm a melody guy, so I like Ja Rule. And then when 50 Cent came out, that was a huge impact.
Who wasn't a
on
G
me.
Unit soldier?
Yeah, bro. Like,
Who's your top 5 right now? Who you fucking bumping right now? You get in the car, first thing you're listening to in the morning.
bro. Honestly, I really listen to like my own shit here and there because I listen to the mixes, but not much, bro. I listen to Travis Scott. Like I got that
You
shit.
fuck with Travis?
I have like a Bose system in my car, and for some reason, like his mix just sounds so fire, and I'll just like, it's like my morning coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I'll just turn that shit all the way up.
Okay, I fucks with that.
But bro, I've been so lost and focused in this that like I've removed myself from a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm looking for is a big payout, and then I'm gonna enjoy life and do whatever I want to do, basically, and get involved in all that. And
I can feel that.
I still have my I'm contracting my label soon, so I have like 4 different acts on my roster. TJ Masterson, he sings. I have a girl, Alex Oswald, she sings, and then a guy Camaro, and then AP. He's been nominated for Sammys the last couple years. He won a Sammy with his band Rising Ghost.
Okay.
So I have them all under Go for Broke, and I'm looking to make content with them, make my second album with them, stuff like that.
See, I tried to take an artist on to It's Always Now. I don't know if you saw my work with Nick Nova or anything like that.
I've seen Nick Nova. Yeah. I like his music.
So, I tried to. I brought him on tour with me.
Did
and
Lights
shit.
on Fayette do one of his videos? I think I saw.
Robbie did his videos.
Okay.
I don't know if you know.
That
Robert,
had to be the one
Robert
I
Bryan.
saw.
Robert
Okay.
Bryan used to be Candy.
He was involved with Fazio. Yeah.
Fozzy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a few. We've done a few videos with him, but yeah, I don't. I won't manage artists anymore.
See how I'm basically doing it is that I'm giving them my platforms as promo, and then I'm giving them a walkthrough basically for the contraction. Like, it's on you. If you want to entertain your career and get big or whatever, I'm here to support you. If not, because I understand how you is. It's like you gotta worry about Vinnie Freeman. I gotta worry about my artistry as well. So it's like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But
I want to work on the It's Always Now brand a lot more than I want to work on Vinnie Freeman. Like
Sure.
that, obviously they coexist, but
Mhm.
the It's Always Now brand is one of that's the reason I started It's Always Now, is because like I watch how much money people spend on fucking Nike.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a brand that means fucking nothing to me or you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there may be a sports athlete that encourages you. It's, LeBron's on Nike, so I rock
Sure.
fucking LeBron shit because he's on Nike or whatever. And I understand that. But I feel like people support a brand, unfortunately, more than they
Always.
support an individual. So then,
Always,
with
bro.
that's where It's Always Now
you
came
see
from.
how you got that clock that's like, it's like all about that was the first thing I studied was the logo.
That's what that, and I'm super proud of this because that logo I did create. Like,
Yeah.
out of all the It's Always Now shit that I've had made, the clock is my thing, and I wanted something simple. I wanted the swoosh. I wanted the fucking. Oh, I thought I had my
Yeah.
What the fuck is the Timberland tree?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That simple logo you
Yep.
see.
That's why I made on the other one. This is this complex, and then I made it simplified. It's just the snake eating the Ouroboros. Same idea, just a circle. Because at one point you won't even need to say it's
The-
always now.
It won't have.
Be the
It'll just
clock.
be the clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll know what it is.
And it's
yeah.
funny because I had to change it because I originally just like went on Instagram
Uh-huh.
or went on fucking Google and looked up clock clip art, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
used a clip art version of clock, and then I just put the letters in it. And I
Yeah.
was like, ooh, like I'm like, all right, I don't want to ever get in trouble. So I had a buddy like, I'm like, make a circle and some arrows, make your own.
I'm gonna give you a good one. After you're rich and you blow up, you got to get a real bezel, and then you got to have it say it's always now. Like,
I want the fucking. I had this sick pendant. I wish I was
That'd be
rocking it, but I
dope.
want stopwatches.
okay,
I want fucking the stopwatches. I don't know.
bring it back.
Yeah.
I love
fucking,
it.
I want a chain that fucking has the
Yeah.
clock arms, but they don't.
It's kind
They just always spin.
It's
like,
kind
they
of
don't ever
Flavor
stop.
Flavish a little
Yeah,
bit.
Flavor Flav as
Yeah.
fuck, but they always spin, so it's like almost hypnotizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, bro.
So what you got any projects coming out? What's the deal?
So
You
I
said you've
have,
been listening to your own mixes. You record all your own shit too, right?
I'll track it, and then I work with Jordan Stenson.
Okay.
That's my dude, and then I also work with Steve Brown.
Okay, love Steve Brown.
So
Love
we
Steve
run
Brown.
through a triple process with
Steve
that,
Brown's
but-
fucking phenomenal.
yeah.
That's why your shit sounds so good. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
the stuff with Steve Brown hasn't been released yet.
Oh, yeah?
But he's worked on my artist TJ's album, and like this kid is like between Justin Timberlake and like Michael Jackson. Like, I swear to God, his voice is unreal. He's like ready to go.
Steve Brown recorded the song with me and Genetics.
Dope.
Warning.
Yep.
He recorded
That was
that.
fire too. Yep. I mean, there's like when it comes to the town, it's like you guys, Raw Breed.
Fucking shout out
you
Rob
know,
Reed, Mikey T.
yeah,
man. I want to
Nate-
get them on here. Nate
Me
Stowe.
and Nate, we talk a lot, and like besides that, I'm not really like. I'm looking at people that I think that are really gonna get in the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to deal with. It's not a knock on anybody, but unless like I see something or something comes my way, it's like,
Yeah, you got to impress me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that.
you know.
A lot of people do the same shit in Syracuse and expect different results. And it's like nobody's gonna be nobody's gonna be turning your head because you're rapping with your buddy Joe.
Sure. And I
for
don't
the
go.
third
I don't
time.
go on artistry either. Like, these are just people that have put consistent money and effort and increase how their brand goes. Like, it is what it is.
I've watched the Raw Breed like really fucking blow up in the last year or two.
Mhm.
Like, cause I met Mikey T again on I want to say I was recording with Genetics,
Mhm.
and Mikey T was there one time. I was like, "Oh, this dude's dope,"
Mhm.
you know. And I used to record with fucking Dynasty,
Yep.
and shout out Dynasty, and he used to do my mixing and mastering.
Same,
You ever heard
same.
of Engineers.com?
Nah.
I've been using Engineers.com. That's how I found out. Mixed by Ali.
Yeah.
I had him do the song with The Game,
Wow.
and that's like Kendrick's
Yeah.
engineer and shit. Yeah, and he's on there. You can hire him right
It's
on there.
West Coast as fuck.
Yeah,
There
you
go.
can hire him right on there,
Damn.
and fucking. It's a really cool site. The dude who does my mastering, actually, he does my songs for $50 a song.
It's dope.
The dude, I mean, Kendrick's dude was fucking 1,600, but
For like the content and like I got a 50 covers coming for TikTok, and so like all of those I won't send out. I just mix myself because it's not like a
50 covers for TikTok.
like what I'm doing is like I'm gonna be putting out all remix covers on TikTok.
You have these already ready?
They're
Rock?
already done. Yeah,
In the
they're
fuck?
already done. Well, the audio's done. The video's not done.
Yeah, but
so,
still.
but either way, because like I got to put on a different outfit on for every one of them, and then stand in front of the thing, But I have that done, and then I have.
Yo, shout out to you for actually doing that though, because a lot of people don't realize you can do a week worth of fucking shooting and have a year's worth of content.
Bro, I have 5 years content stacked. That's why it's like I don't show too much because I know what the value is, and so as I'll be able to get myself grown and then show the clips again, and they'll be worth so much more as opposed to if I just give them all out now for 5,000 views a video,
No, that's genius.
But I mean, I hold it on purpose because, like I said,
It's
if
my
you have
biggest
money,
flaw. I just
Oh.
let it go.
well, I mean,
Work on the next
either
thing.
way, everyone has their own strategy. It is what it is.
That's not my strategy. It's my fucking angst.
But this TikTok works. Me and Nate have been talking about it. I was in talks with people about trying to get a TikTok for all of upstate hip hop and just flooding everyone's videos through it because, like, if you take all of our different content clips,
Dude, that's a sick channel.
the page will be huge.
That's
And,
a
like,
sick fucking channel.
I've talked to Nate about it. I think I talked to O'Leary about it. I talked to a few people. I don't even know if I mentioned you, but like, we need to have someone that has the time to sit and do this, like, and clip these clips up and post them because, like, everyone will blow up, and then you can direct the traffic to each person's page.
Basically, Lyrical Lemonade it for Syracuse.
Sure, and then you can take other artists out of there too. But like, the whole goal is to grow the page, But right now, I don't have the time or the energy to do this shit. Once my money is available for me to not work a day job, then I could possibly do stuff like this. But
If somebody has the energy and actually steals this idea, we appreciate you.
yeah,
but
just take it at this point.
just
take
do it. Do it.
It's fine.
That's one of the reasons I made this platform
Yeah.
too, is because I come up with a lot of ideas that I don't actually do.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody else wants it, that one's for y'all. That one's
Hell
for
yeah.
y'all. Because it's always now as a fucking as a brand as an idea that somebody was inspired to me from somebody else said that phrase to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's like, you're
Yeah.
worried about too much other shit, dude. Like it's always now.
Be Here Now by Ram Dass.
No,
Oh my God, it's like based on that principle.
was it a book or?
Ram Dass is like a yogi mystic that
Okay.
like learned from like Tibetan monks, and
Okay.
then he created a book. It's called Be Here Now.
I have a
Didn't do
book
a
called
lot
The
of
Power
stuff.
of Now.
Similar.
Probably similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that one, but yeah, I'm sure it's similar.
I mean, I'm only about a third through The Power of Now, and I mean, it's basically exactly what I assumed it was going to be.
Sure.
But reading it is still extremely beneficial for me. Just
I think you got a great niche, like, because your brand can go into like, like what's popping and trending. You can also go into off markets. You can get into smoke and bud. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways that you can twist your brand. You know what I'm saying? And dip and dodge.
I want to do one soon that just says manifest.
That's dope too.
Because any word or like phrase that comes up, I fucking count out. Like, is it 12 letters? If it's 12 letters, it's going in the fucking clock, son.
Hey.
It's going in the clock.
Hey. So what's new with you? What are you about to do?
I got the 2 shows coming up locally.
Mm-hmm.
I want to finish my Vinnie Madison project really bad, but fucking with COVID, I can't. Like, getting into Canada is such a bitch right now.
Sure.
And that's the number one thing stopping me. I don't know if you've heard about that, but I was
What is in Canada that you have to?
the actual mansion from Billy Madison. Yeah.
You can rent that out. You can.
Yeah.
Fucking smart, man.
Bro, it was, dude, when I called him, it was so sick because they were like, I was like, yeah, I'm a rapper. I want to do a shot for shot. I want to recreate scenes from Billy Madison for a music video. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
That's so.
They were just like,
fucking
fuck
awesome.
yeah. I'm like, dude, the other, they obviously let people use it because they let Adam Sandler use it.
Bro,
Why
you're
the
about
fuck
to
won't
go
they let
straight-
Vinnie
you're about
Freeman?
to go so viral off that, bro.
Why won't they let Vinnie Freeman fucking do it? Because they will. I called him up.
It's
The only
always
thing
now,
they said I
baby.
couldn't do is ride jet skis in the fountain. I was like, that was honestly not in my budget right now because
Damn.
it's $5,000 for a half day to shoot there.
Wow.
And if I had 10 more people, it would be 15 grand. So under 10 people gets you in a different category of what you're filming there. Because they shot the X-Men movies there.
Mm-hmm.
They shot a bunch of shit there. And that's what they do. They just rent it out for weddings and shit like that. But a half a day was fucking 5 racks. And then
It might be worth it though.
oh, it's definitely gonna be worth it. And I'm the thing I'm struggling right now is that if I truly want to execute that scene, or if I want to just take the money it would cost to shoot that scene and just recreate,
Anywhere.
yeah, just make a set, recreate the stair. There's literally like 3 shots I want to get in the house. Like
Oh,
there's
really?
the scene where he's fucking dancing down the stairs,
You go to one of these mansions and
Yeah, I
fucking
wanted to
knock
fucking-
knock on a door.
Little Dicky style, yeah. But I wanted to be like, yeah, and I fucked up, dude. You know why I fucked up is I told people about it before I did it.
That's
And
the worst.
there's fucking haters out
Can't
there,
do
dude.
it.
And the hater energy,
Can't do it.
I blame all the hater energy for COVID. They're like,
Can't
nah,
do
dude,
it.
you ain't getting into Canada now because you told too many people about this sick thing you're gonna do. Like the shit with Riff, I didn't tell anybody until I had the fucking his verse.
Bro, I worked on this for 2.5 years. I didn't tell no one. I announced it on my birthday. Here it is. It's live. It's already going. This is what you have to do because you know this coming being an artist from Syracuse. It's like, oh yeah, you think you're doing that? Oh yeah, you're a joke. Like that's like how the attitude is about everything.
A lot
you
of
know,
people do.
so-
Do you know many people like even with like, you know, I know it was really cool. That's why I like Nate Barber, dude. He's so real. I wasn't sure if he even likes me or not. Like he's just kind of real
I
as
think
fuck.
he'd let you know if he did. No,
Yeah, and that's what I've come to realize. Like after our conversation, you know, me being in a room with him 3 or 4 times, I'm like, all right, he's so real that if he didn't fuck with me, he
Mhm.
would make that really obvious. But he was even saying how like Riff Raff was 6'9" before 6'9".
Yeah.
And like really, if you think about it, like as an artist like myself, I like to think I have like a bit of integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And to tour with Riff Raff is like people, you know, a lot of people. I get kind of clowned a little bit.
Do you really?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's wild.
People are like, it's fucking Riff Raff. Like, yeah,
I
it
think
is.
how people see it through how I hear it is that it's a leg up for your career.
See, that's because we're from a different perspective of it. But a lot of people fucking kind of clown it, though. It gets clowned.
Riff Raff's getting money, bro. It's
Oh,
like-
dude, he's eating.
There's 2 people in the world. There's people getting money. There's people mad at people getting money. Like,
That's a
really
fact.
what it is.
That
Like,
man's eating, dude. I watched
Yeah.
him on a Tuesday night sell out fucking places. I'm like, wow, dude. And you want to know what's crazy, dude? Is he has a fan base from like 45 to 60.
Yeah.
He has a big fan base in that area that follow him.
Bro, he did so much off of that Facebook targeted marketing, like all those different types of videos he did, like
He was
How many
the Vine
videos?
back in
so
Vine.
many in a row, even on Facebook.
I'm glad
there's so
TikTok
much
actually is,
content.
dude. I was a TikTok hater. I was a big
Oh,
TikTok
yeah?
hater because I'm just old. I think I'm a little. It's my boomer blood getting me, dude. It's getting past 25. I'm like TikTok's for fucking little kids.
There's nowhere else you can like my Instagram following, my Facebook following. Like I had to pay advertisement dollars. I had to pay influencers to get that. On TikTok, you don't.
Don't.
You just post. So it's like we really kind of don't have any other choice if we're not gonna if you're not ponying up the money. You know, it is what it is.
It's weird, and a lot of these fucking social medias, especially Facebook, Instagram, all that, are now officially designed for that reason.
Sure.
Like people aren't gonna see your shit
Yeah.
unless you pay.
Sure.
It's fucked up. I won't see my homie shit till 3 days after he posted it. Like my good friends that I interact with all the fucking time. Like I should see that shit instantly. But the only way people see, even I got 1,500 people on on this Facebook page right here.
Mm-hmm.
We maybe get a few hundred views, and that's because half the fucking people don't even see it unless I hit that boost.
You're right.
That boost.
You should be live on TikTok too right now.
All right. So we're working on with Streamlabs. I have to get the advanced version in
Oh,
order to be live on multiple platforms at
Right.
the exact same time.
Right. So my publicist, she's out of New York City. She's worked with some people, and she's explained to me that how you can blow up easily on TikTok is going on the lives and just rapping or just playing your beats or whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your niche, whatever that is.
So do you be TikTok and you scroll on the top?
I haven't even. I study it and I'm on there. I haven't released my page yet.
No, okay, no. I'm just saying,
But
like,
I
do you
do
actually
study it.
fucking?
I see.
I
it's
like that
actually
you say
working.
study it. I fucking am a drone that fucking just scrolls. I'm a scroller.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trick shot videos.
Yeah.
Okay, the
yeah.
trick shot videos where they fucking have all the cups and the
Uh-huh.
balls. I like those a lot. And my dream trick shot, okay, isn't any one of those. So they do live stream ones where people will live stream it
Yep.
until they make the shot.
Mhm.
My dream shot is to be scrolling through the hundreds of TikToks and get to a live stream when he makes the shot.
Perfect. Just
The
perfect
perfect
timing.
timing. That's my dream trick shot.
And then there's someone TikTok and you scroll it. as
Yeah,
you go
I'm
through.
fucking. So that's what I gotta do. I gotta fucking videotape me scrolling through the live.
Caught it.
Got it. Fucking yeah. I also want to do those, dude.
But anyway, the things is like when you're in the lives, people give you presents, roses, or whatever. They give you different denominations. Those things, which I didn't know none of this until she explained to me, they're all worth value. Just like even Nate told me too that he was on there. People start buying his clothes, they start throwing money at him or whatever, just because. Like,
See, the problem, only thing I think I'd have to be affiliated with the individual. A lot of them, like,
what individual?
I think I would have to be affiliated with just TikTok in order to do that. Because, like, I know in order to get, like, that's how Twitch works, too. Isn't it very similar how Twitch works?
TikTok isn't like that.
Okay.
TikTok, you can just, I mean, basically right now with TikTok, you got girls just sit there and they shake their tits.
It's funny how, like, what
And
can
they get
pass, too.
thousands.
Because I had a really, my favorite, fuck TikTok a little bit, too. Because the best TikTok I made that I, like, really put the energy in, I did the different angles. Yo, bud, what's up? Hey, man, you know
it's
what
a
I'm
pain
saying?
in the ass, huh?
I did it.
Yeah.
I killed it. I was like, "Yo, man, you got a joint?" I'm like, "You got any papers?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." And I have a 1,400 box of cones, and I just zoomed in on the 1,400. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yo, man, you got a paper?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I zoomed in, and they fucking they took that down. And I looked up. I'm like, "There's mad joint ones." It's like, how do I
I've seen
fucking?
people snorting coke on that.
That's what I'm
shit.
saying. It's like how. What I've been told is you have to sit there and you have to fucking inch the algorithm. So you have to constantly post shit that is just bad enough to not get flagged, just bad enough
Sure.
to not get flagged, just bad enough to not get flagged, till eventually they start
I don't
ignoring what you
doubt it.
post.
I don't doubt it.
So that's the algorithm you have to break through in order to post whatever you want.
The world's just too soft.
Yeah,
The world is
sure.
definitely too soft.
I mean, everyone just wants to cancel you. I mean, it's like, holy shit. To me, it amazes
Well, they're
me.
hiding all the people like us that don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's why it appears soft. You know.
One thing they do, they can't cancel you when you build your own platform. That's the thing I've learned from fucking this game.
But you seen Kanye's only releasing his album on that STEM player.
Yeah, dude, fuck it, I'll do
At the
something.
same time,
I was about to
someone's
go
gonna
exclusively to
rip
Tidal.
Someone's gonna rip that off and put it on the internet.
Yeah, put it on SoundCloud.
I don't know. I don't know, man. 'Cause remember we used to rip the music off Napster? It's like the same. It's still the same concept. Like.
Except it's way easier to fucking record audio and get an
Sure.
MP3 or something than it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I could fucking play it on my phone and just record my phone playing it.
Yeah.
And then boom, now I got. Not only do I have the song, I have
Yeah.
and it's almost an identical MP3.
I think that we all should. Like I tried to do this at Sharky's last summer. We should all of us artists like that. We're all on the same page. We should do a big summer show. And what I was trying.
We got to
to
get
do
one
is,
big name though to fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that, and I think that everyone's got enough money where it could be worked out.
Bro,
you
it's a
know?
pay to play game, and a lot of people think like would you rather? I'll let you
Well,
finish. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt too, but like I've learned this from other promoters is that we could get a big name, and then also have like Pepsi or somebody sponsor the event, and then
That's
they
what
are
Riff
paying,
does.
They're paying. That's probably the way to go about it because
Riff gets something to sponsor every
you know,
tour.
how much money do we make at the level that we're all at? A couple $100 a month. We're not at the level where we're like rich off of it, but we make some income. So it's
And
like,
I mean, I'll throw in my 9 to 5. I throw in my
Yeah.
9 to 5, Brad. That's where
well, I mean, I'm not counting that because that's your own. You got to live and stuff off that money is everything.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like I'll do it for. I don't need to make the most money in the world to make a big event like that for the community because it's like we're not getting rich off this locally right now.
But
you
even
know?
like you say that, like, all right, so we book a big act. He costs, let's say, $2-3 grand. You know what I'm saying, for the big act. Now we got to recuperate that off
we're
ticket
thinking
sales.
like 20, 30.
20-30.
Yeah.
Well, all right. What venue are you going to now?
Well, see where I had it, and which was they gave me the okay for it was Sharky's, and I was working with Sharky's.
What's
for
their
2
cap?
months.
What's the capacity?
See, it was during COVID, so like it was shortened, and the issue was that it was during COVID, and thing was very strict, and they made me have to. I was gonna have to sign a liability waiver that if anyone got up and danced, that I could be fined for it because it was like when everything was real like extreme, like and so then I canceled because I'm not taking that risk of the fine coming to me, and then I'm eating a $10,000 fine. You know what I'm saying? So I
100%.
pushed it, but I talked to you about it, so I had everybody on it, and they're like, maybe we should push it to next summer. Next summer came, and I seen that they did some other acts, and I was like, it's not even worth it. But I think somewhere outside would be decent, even if we could do the amphitheater, like
That's it's funny
You
you
know?
said that last episode we talked about like some of my goals, and one of my goals is to perform at the amphitheater.
Does anyone have the first thing is you got to have a plug, like you have a plug to the amphitheater. You know what I'm saying? Like someone that could get us in.
It is fun. It's all about who you know.
It's difficult, but I don't know. I think all of us together could probably work something out. I think we all have enough going on where we.
I
Can
wouldn't
figure
throw
out.
it in Syracuse. I
No?
would not throw any event in Syracuse. From my perspective, dude, after doing this for 5 years, every Syracuse, never seen a good hip hop show in Syracuse. As far as
I don't think I have either. Yeah.
probably the closest thing was Chris Webby. Chris Webby fucked it up at Westcott, dude. There was
Mhm.
800 people there, I think. I've never seen Westcott so packed, let alone for a rap show too. I
We
was
did,
able to stage dive. That's how fucking packed.
Bro,
it was.
we did 600 back with Sean Maggs back in
At
it was
Westcott?
like yeah, it was like probably 8 years ago.
It's crazy how shit's changed too,
Wild.
Because I remember fucking going to house parties with 100 fucking people in it.
Yeah,
But that's also
Bro,
because
I
they're
was-
kids, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Underage. Everybody's a goddamn adult now. Nobody wants to fucking spend $15 to go see this fucking.
another reason why I stopped doing shows because it was like, I know the splits. I know how it works. I've
Oh, yeah.
been doing it. I used to do shows at Fusion, right? I'd put 5 artists on the bill, and I'd headline it, or I'd let someone else headline it. Who cares? And then I'd go back the next day, and they'd pay me like $400 or $500, bro. And I was like, this makes it worth it to do all this, to be the promoter, to be the artist, to do all this
100%.
stuff. Then I go to another place, and it's like, oh, and I brought the same amount of people, and you're giving me $120. It's like I'm busting my ass for 2 weeks to do this. Like
A lot of my first shows was I'd have to guarantee X amount of ticket sales.
sure.
Which I mean, to me, I was always like, obviously, you guys aren't gonna let me perform if nobody's gonna fucking come for me.
Mhm.
So what I would always do is I'd buy the fucking 20 tickets.
Right.
I would just buy them off the rip. Be
Secure
like,
it.
yeah, that way, and then, I'd maybe sell half of them and then give the other half away.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I don't think it's the same as it used to be. I think that doing shows is a good thing to do. I just think that like
You can make more. I've heard so many artists saying that they make more off live streaming to Twitch than they ever did touring. I just fucking don't like. As an artist, I don't like that.
No,
As somebody
it's
who
not.
just like, I love the shittiness of live music. As weird as that sounds, like
Mhm.
when something goes off, especially with when it comes to vocals.
mhm.
Like I love live vocals. Like
It's an experience.
It just I don't know. It's yeah. I like being there.
Bro, everybody trying to do everything without going into reality is like kind of weird. It's not my style. I'd rather be doing things in life, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's the metaverse, dude.
some people are like, we're gonna watch a concert and we're gonna go to a concert in the metaverse and put a thing. I'm like, dude, like what?
Dude, I've heard people doing a lot of cool shit, and I'm like, I
Sure,
think it's
but
cool.
At what point are you not living reality anymore?
Have
and
you
you're
seen Ready
just-
Player One?
I don't think so. No.
You're not a movie guy, are you?
I am a movie guy,
Yeah?
but
Dude, Ready Player One's fucking fun. Steven Spielberg flick.
oh, did
where
he? I like
it's,
Spielberg.
It's basically like the world's shit. The world's basically a dust ball at this point, so
Uh-huh.
everybody just hangs out in a fucking virtual reality world. Dude, it's got mad pop culture references, like the fucking Iron Giant's in it, Chucky's in it.
that
Like
shit's
it's
wild.
really cool because people can pick their own avatars in this
Right.
virtual world,
Right,
and it's pretty intense.
which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up playing video games. I just feel like trying to go to real concerts, be in a real body, have a real experience.
Maybe that's just us getting old though, dude. Because I bet you tell the 8-year-old us that we could fucking just put it on with a
Yeah.
mask, we'd be like, fuck yeah.
You're probably right.
Fuck that. I'm not. What? No, I don't want to get up. No way. You're telling me I gotta go, especially how imagine what kids see the world as now. It's like you're telling me I gotta go with there's people. Nah.
Isn't that, but
Nah.
That's weird though. Like that's not. I don't think that's beneficial to our society.
Oh, that's not beneficial at all, dude. We're gonna. Have you? All right. I'm gonna bring up another movie. You ever see Demolition Man
Yeah, I think so.
with fucking Wesley Snipes and fucking Sylvester Stallone?
I'm sure I have.
Fucking where it's like in the future people don't even like fuck.
Oh my
They put on
God.
like these hats, and that's how they make love, and like people don't kiss anymore.
We're all cyborgs.
Yeah, basically, dude.
I don't know, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go on a tangent, but we're on the podcast. I've been wanting to talk about this, dude. I think we aren't pushing the envelope enough with cosmetic surgeries. And hear me out.
We need more cosmetic surgery.
No, but we need to do cooler shit.
People are too ugly. You're saying.
No, we need to do cooler shit. Like all we're doing is fake titties and fake asses. I want go-go gadget legs, dude. Why aren't we putting like I want fucking machine gun titties, dude?
I mean,
Like why aren't we putting cool shit in there? We're just wasting our fucking time with silicone. Like I want,
multi-purpose?
yeah, dude. I just want go-go gadget legs, really. Like I paint for a living, so I'll put stilts on. I'm like, fuck this. I wish I could just.
I think that you could probably accomplish that.
I feel like that would be easy. At least shoes, go-go gadget shoes. Like fuck, but I want that shit in me.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like we're wasting our time with fake tits, and we should be fucking
I know.
now going. I feel like, there's bad fake titties, there's really good fake titties. Either way, we figured out that science.
Right. That's.
Let's move
done.
on. Let's
Yes.
move on.
Yes.
Fuck lips.
She should get herself some wings so she can fly.
That's
away.
what I'm saying, dude. Dude, I would tip a stripper that could fly way more money than I would tip a stripper with fake titties, dude. If she just came. I don't know.
Oh my god, I love it. I
That
love
thought's
it.
been lingering in my brain. The fucking that
Yeah.
we're not pushing the envelope, And that's why I couldn't be a doctor, dude. I'd be making Frankensteins and shit.
Sure. You're
Yeah.
creative. You're an artist.
Frog legs, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm trying to hop around, dude, on stage.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, man, it is what it is. I feel like I'm gonna always stay in Syracuse. I'm gonna try to live here in the summers, and then I'll probably be in Florida in the winters. But this is a place where I feel like I want to build forever.
I got a
you know,
weird
that's what it is.
love-hate for this place, but the love is strong. And, like, I've always wanted to be in movies and shit. And it's like that literally fell in my lap in Syracuse with American High and shit.
Sure.
Because I've been doing extra work for
Yeah.
them. That's how I know fucking Yoshi and shit, because he works with them.
These guys do amazing stuff, man.
We've been killing it, too.
Amazing stuff.
And it'd be one thing if we shout out rinky-dink films. Our
Dude, it's
videos
so
are
funny
pretty good.
'cause they're so humble. They act like they're just like completely regular. Like you wouldn't expect that they're doing all these. You see the stuff that they do, like, oh yeah, I'm all right at this. Like what, dude? It's pretty dope. But they're. I worked on Manodrome, and I did the accounting on there and stuff. But I guess they're
Manodrome, was that?
Manodrome was the one with.
Is that a film?
Yeah,
Okay.
they did here like a couple months ago. But I guess the county's getting that whole strip, and it's gonna be like Hollywood down there or whatever.
I know that's similar to what like James and Yoshi are trying to do with the Salt City places.
Well,
They're
I think
trying to.
that their property involves with it or whatever.
Oh, does it?
So like this is gonna be Little Hollywood. I
Dude.
guess Syracuse is gonna be Little Hollywood.
That's sick. I'm pissed because I've missed a few call-ins for the binge sequel that I could have did like some like more like I've been an extra on it a few
Yeah.
times. I could have done like they needed somebody to run naked, breaking from jail. I would have loved that. I'm curious on how they would have handled my tattoos if they would have. I think for this movie it would have been fine.
I think that you could be probably writing some cool stuff for the future.
I got a
Probably have
few
some good stories.
movies in mind.
Yeah,
I got a few
get
movies.
it on paper. At least the synopsis.
710's one of the movies I want to make. It's like I call it the first dab movie.
Oh really?
Like, if you've seen a movie like, there's the weed film. You got like Kid Cannabis.
Yeah.
The movie about the up and coming weed dealer. I want basically that story except with concentrates. It's the new wave. It's the new
Why
new
not?
era.
You just gotta write the plot.
Yeah. I mean, I already got 90% of it. Like, I sat down with a buddy and we
Bro,
kind of broke down
American
the.
High loves that type of
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I wanted to make it myself, and I've looked into what it would take and what it would cost, and it's.
I started
crazy,
on
man.
independent film with Taj. Shout out to Taj.
Taj Mahal?
Yeah, I started with him about a summer ago when I was helping him work on God Squad, and so then we started on it. I had some of my friends that involved Go for Broke in it, and I got like 25% of it shot. But I was trying to shoot it in the fall, but I might try to revisit that in the future. But I just feel like I wanted to. When you taking years to write something like that, it's like I might as well do everything I can with it and try to like get it picked up and like finish the whole. It was like a 45-minute movie, so at this point I'm like I might as well make it a whole feature and try to like actually get it in because I have enough film that I could try to sell that to somebody or sell that as like a way to make the full movie,
Okay.
I think that's stuff that people do, and like Fazio does that too, where he'll make pamphlets of like what the movie would be like, But
And it makes it easier for the people who are executing the film to
I'm
execute
telling you,
it.
bro, like you being an artist, you're involved with all of that. Film, movie making, you're a performer. It's all rappers don't understand that. Like as a rapper, you're not just a guy that rhymes words. Like you're a performer, you're a showman. Like that's what entertainment is in itself,
So I low key like growing up, I wanted to Mark Wahlberg it, like
Why
one
not?
hit song, and then I'm doing movies.
Yeah.
Not to mention like if you fucking think you're gonna make more money off rapping than you are in movies, you ain't J. Cole.
Yeah.
You ain't J. Cole, and I'm gonna let you know J. Cole would make a lot more money if he did movies. As well.
Sure.
And I would watch any movie J. Cole was in.
Drake would be getting paid probably his whole year rap salary in one movie, I assume.
Probably
But
in a fucking movie with Drake, people would fucking they'd go crazy
I'm
for it.
sure that's all gonna come, It
Oh,
is-
yeah.
it is
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is, but-
My favorite thing about I remember there was a period of time where Drake was repping the iPhone, and Wayne was robbing Samsung, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are genius, dude, are fucking genius. Jerry Seinfeld did some similar shit with fucking Seinfeld, is he sold Seinfeld to the highest bidder, obviously between Netflix and Hulu.
Mhm.
Hulu paid $180 million for it,
Mm.
and then Jerry just went to Netflix with his new show.
Genius.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
And the point is, you got to get on all platforms too. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? That was the one thing I always insisted with my music is I wanted to make sure I wasn't just a SoundCloud rapper. I was on everything
Right.
because that's the only difference between a SoundCloud rapper and
It's another thing that establishes your credibility is when you have it there, because even though they don't know,
what's a
you
label
can
gonna
get
do
on
for
there.
me?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is what it is. I mean, I got my own label, like you got your own label.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I think this is the future of how things are gonna go.
Not to mention, Columbia, Sony, and shit like that aren't gonna just sign Jeff the rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Jeff the rapper needs to be an established, have his own company, then Columbia, then fucking things
Sure.
like that will actually be like, oh, okay, we'll work with you. You know, like I look at Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates has his own. He's got the Breadwinners Association that's partnered with Columbia,
Yeah.
and like that's usually when you're on a higher level because they have distribution and shit like that. But
It's ironic because I took a single distribution deal with Symphonic out of Tampa. I haven't announced it yet or anything like that, but it's just a distribution deal. But the point is that like it's really they'll push you through their outlets, but it's still really all on you, the artist. So it's just like
and a lot of people don't realize that too. The label, you got to just be good. People got to want to hear your shit. I know every time I have a song that doesn't do good, I'm like, obviously, people didn't want to fucking hear that one. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the most important thing that artists need to stress, even for myself, is just get some type of income. So if you get your TikTok to 100,000 and then you're making $2,000 a week off of it, my PR who she dealt with when he started, he does humor. This dude's got 1.7 million on TikTok. He does humor. At first, he had nobody. He grew an organic page from zero, and then he got to a point now where before he hit the 1.7 million, he's making $4 to $6,000 a week off of the lives. So now, think about that in our perspective.
I
That's
just
so
find
much
that
money.
crazy. I just find that hard to
You find it-
believe.
you don't believe it, or you find it hard to believe. Those are two different things.
I guess I believe it because I see people who are like doing well, but I also some part of me is like, a lot of people think I make all my money off rapping.
Sure.
There's
People think that
there's
too,
a funny
yeah.
percentage of
I
people
know.
who are like, I remember seeing somebody and they saw me in my paint clothes. They're like, "Aren't you like a fucking rapper?" I'm like, "Yeah, it fucking costs a lot of fucking money to do,
Yeah,
dude. That's why I
yeah.
come into work and I work 10-hour days and then I go rap
Sure.
when I find the time." And like, I
Yeah.
forgot where I was going with this, but it's just I guess I find it just hard to believe there's a way outside of, and I guess I'm prone to that. Maybe it's my programming to where I think
How long can you be Vinnie Freeman that worked to get his music career to work until you became the Vinnie Freeman that just gets paid off his music career now? There's got to be a day where it comes.
Right,
There's gotta
dude,
be a way.
I-
Like, this is what it is. Like.
I joke with people. I'm like, the day you call me and I can't find you weed is the day I made it. Yo.
You're
That's
the-
when you know I made it. When I'm like, yo, hit up this guy. I don't know.
You're the type of guy that if you had money from that, you'd have that all sectored out and ready to go as well. So,
I wish.
but yeah,
Well, man, it was a pleasure talking to you. I feel like,
for sure, bro. We're due to do songs. We're gonna do all that
Yeah.
stuff. I just feel like we're all letting each other's career blossom
and I feel like as a successful artist, you kind of got to do that with everybody. You got to watch and feel out who's
Sure.
doing what. Otherwise, you kind of hinder yourself.
yeah, just like with me and Nate and Rob Reed and stuff. It's like me and you. It's like we don't really need to be doing music together in order to be building together at all. Because like as
No.
long as we're like passing each other information and trying to move things on, if there's an opportunity to do it, yeah, let's do it.
I got a verse
100%.
from Mike T coming out soon.
With like who?
Mike T.
I don't know if I know him.
He's the fucking white engineer from Rob Reed.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course, nice, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. I think we're gonna get there, but I do feel like there's this thing where Syracuse artists run in circles. They release an album, you know what I'm saying? They push it, They do the Sammy run, which we've all done this shit, and it's like
I won't fucking push the Sammy thing anymore because I just feel like
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know,
embarrassed by
yeah.
that shit.
no, I did my fun with it too, and then when I see how it operated after the fact, I was like, but like our brands, like I was telling this to him, like our brands are kind of already bigger than Sammy's, but it does get its other.
It's funny that you say that because I don't like to have like I try to tone my ego, but I do believe I'm not going for a fucking Sammy award.
It's not an ego. It's not an ego. It's like a numbers thing. It is what it is.
Like,
but-
yes, it would be cool, and shout out to everybody who's won a Sammy, but
yeah, for sure. It's not once you're in that position, you see that it's like, wow, if I let my career define myself by a Sammy award, then I'm plateaued at this point. Then I'm
Vocal
just
as
a dub.
fuck.
You're dumb, yeah, because it's like you don't monetize until after you're past the Sammy's point. Let's be real, you know what I'm saying? Because you're operating out of a Syracuse market. There's nobody really there's supporters. Everyone's got a couple hundred supporters in Syracuse. You know,
Do you know who's like? And I would love to fucking have him on. World be free,
love will be free.
dude. I would love to have him on. I want to fucking meet him.
I'm sure you will.
I want to meet him. I know we work with similar avenues, and I think I've heard nothing but like, he's a person that I heard that is like truly monetized off just his merch and his brand.
Well, he's got a real like luxury exclusive line with what he does. People pay $500 for one of his pieces of clothing.
Is that how his shit is delivered?
It's hand done one by one.
Is it? Is he?
Yeah.
He does that? Okay. See, there's a artist named Jem Riley Donovan. He owns a company called Gem. He's trying to get on that wave. So is Nick Nova. He's trying to get on the one-on-one wave.
There's many, and a lot of people push to me that I should do exclusivity, but for me, it's like I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything, so it's like a base, easy logo. But it's funny. I'll bring this up because people like World Be Free, Oxberg, Chris Oxleonard, Aaron Cooks, Stove Guy Cooks, Taj. Like those are the dudes that are the reason that Andy Mineo. They're the reasons that I push to continue to be an artist and do that stuff because you've seen people in your own town. I looked up to them much more than I did to even the famous.
That's
rappers.
how I felt about like with Mike O'Leary. Like
Mike
when
O'Leary
I
as well.
first started working with Mike O'Leary, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking making it. I'm fucking making. And that's another way I define my
It's
success.
the same way Mike O'Leary feels about the people that you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, you know?
But that's one way I define my success is like, I feel like as artists, we always think our work isn't good enough. It's not good enough. It's not that good. It's not as good as this guy. It's not as good as this guy. But then when I see, the artists that I can sit down and, the respect I get from the artists that I see that are good, I'm like, all right, I must be decent.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like,
So, I don't know.
bro, straight effort all day, and it shows. This type of stuff, you don't get this without effort, bro.
And honestly, people overestimate this.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking 3 years of collection of art. I collect art. Anytime I've artists I fuck with, I collect art. So
Yeah.
everything has been individually purchased over time, and then this fucking office is $200 a month.
It's an
Like that's
investment.
people buy. I guarantee anybody who watches my shit that has a dream, you either spend that on weed or shoes or fucking soda pop. Get a fucking water bottle, stash the bread. And then you got $2,000 saved up, and you're like, oh shit, I can have a studio for 10 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in that 10 months, if you're still not getting a bag,
I'll tell you what, the position that I'm in is solely based from having the attitude of let's exhaust every option possible to try to make this a reality. And even if that means that I'm broke temporarily, whatever we got to do to just get to this point. So like, I might not have the most money in my checkings account, but I have something that's making me rich. I have everything I need for my businesses, video, studio, everything. So I'm sitting at this position in life where it's like, there's nothing left to do but to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you check all the boxes, it's just going to happen on its own. Like, we're talking about the TikTok. I think it's a natural step in an artist's evolution.
the fact that you have that is like huge. And a lot of people, if anybody, any young artists that are listening out there, take that. Like, get yourself a nice and I tried getting Nova on this wave too, where you had like, have a few dozen songs ready to release. Because one thing I always do, as soon as I'm done with a song, I fucking release it.
Sure.
I'll release a single. And then I go to create a project. And I'm like, fuck, I want to kind of put like these songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
They're already released, so what am I going to put, like a few unreleased songs and singles? And it's just like, I don't know, I think if you're able to sit on it, but don't sit on it too long either. That's what I think. There's a weird balance you have to have, because if not, there's I can't remember, Clint Sparks? He's got a book on tape where he talks about don't be late to your own party.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing. Why hold on to it? But
Right.
if you have a strategy, do it. But a lot of people don't sit on your music.
Right.
Don't fucking squander it. Don't hide it. Let the world fucking tell you. Don't even let the world tell you if it's good or bad. Just let the world enjoy it or not enjoy it.
Right,
That's
right.
what it's meant for. Art's not meant to look good. It's meant to feel.
It's a moment in time.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I'm lost a little bit on a tangent.
It's much love, bro. It's fun. I
Yeah.
think we have plenty of stuff to do in the future, and
I'm looking forward to it as well.
I'll have that $100 fund in probably 24 months, I'd say, But it's like every time that I do one, I have to create a company around the fund, so it's a pain in the ass. Like, it's like, this is stuff you learn on the back end of business.
I think you'll get a lot more everyday customers because even I throw a lot of money into shit, and that $1,000 is like.
I agree. I don't disagree. At the same time, it's like, there's guys that they've asked me to invest $3,000-4,000, right? And then I told them, I'm like, oh, that's steep for me. And then they laughed at me and walked on their way. And then they're showing a $150,000 profit in one day at the same time. So it's kind of like, Look at Weissman.
yeah, and again-
Weissman's Club is $1,300 a month to get in that to learn about business opportunity. So it's kind of like, if we don't give wealth value, then it comes accessible to anybody. Then what is wealth in itself? You have to be able to go 3 weeks of saving a paycheck to have the money to do it. There's got to be some form transfer of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because $100, even if $100 I put in there, you're not going to get rich off that. It's only $100. It'd take you 20, 25 years to turn that into a lot of money.
I know, but from the everyday person, they're like, again, it's in their mind. There's a possibility of losing this money.
Sure. They're always every investment.
Exactly. So with that, I think it's easier for somebody to be like, "Fuck it,
Yeah.
I lost $100. Boo hoo."
Mm-hmm. I actually have the site done.
A lot of people
I have
aren't
it ready.
bullish. That's the problem either.
They're not. Yeah, right. Sure.
You know, I bought AMC stock. I spent $200 on AMC stock.
Just like he was talking about, the world's so sensitive. Da 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 da. Don't people need to find the bull in them and ball up sometimes? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But to some people, that it isn't their advantage, it's to other people's advantage. Just playing devil's advocate, you know.
Yeah.
But it will be. I actually have it. It's called Paycheck to Profit. I have it set up so that you don't even have to. You don't even have to have money, because you can get it advanced through Dave Banking. Dave Banking has their own banking systems. It's a company called Dave, and if you have 2 or more direct deposits, they'll give you $250 advance. You can take that $250 advance. You can put it right into the fund. So that's what I'm working on the next company. But like, you know, you don't release the iPhone 14 before iPhone 13. You know, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
100%. No, I'm with you. Well, and again, I hope nothing but success for you and your business ventures.
Appreciate you, brother.
I think we're gonna wrap this up for the day.
For sure.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for your time, bro. It's been real.